Hello, and welcome back for another episode of Serena Gaming. We have another new deck for you today. This has been my standard deck for the current, season, or however we're calling it, since Strixhaven has come out. This began as a Strixhaven limited deck that I played against friends when that set first came out, and since then I've obviously gotten a lot more Strixhaven cards, and I've thrown in a lot more things from past sets to fill it out, from its original 45 cards to its now 175 cards. But this is a green-black Witherbloom deck. And let's just go through it real quickly. The idea is to make people suffer for your gaining life. So you start off, pay 1, get a 1/1 until end of turn, and death, touch, or lifelink. Alright, you're going to need, since I'm trying to kill a lot of things, of my own things, I'm also trying to bring a lot of them back, so I've got some Omen of the Dead, and here's an example of what I mean. I've got Serrated Scorpion. It dies, you gain 2 life, opponent takes 2 damage. So, if you want, you can just bring that back a couple times with Omen of the Dead and cause more pain. Unwilling Ingredient may actually be coming out. Its only value is once it's already dead, you pay 3 in exile, you draw a card and lose 1 life. So it's just trying to get back through your deck. Alright, my biggest 1-drop, the one I always try to start off with, is Valentine, Dean of the Vein. Menace, lifelink, and 1/1 for 1 black. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Even if you don't do anything else with him, just having that out is enough. Instead of creatures going to your opponent's graveyard, they're just going straight to exile. Do not pass go, do not collect $200, okay? They're just gone. And on top of that, if you pay 2 when a non-token creature dies, you can generate a 1/1 black and green pest token. Alright, which gives you 1 life when it dies. So we have lots and lots of pest tokens in this deck, hence its name, Pestilence. Alright, Village Rites, again, you're sacrificing my own creatures to get stuff out, which is Cauldron, sacrificing my own creature to gain life and get a card. As everything is dying, you have Life Goes On, because if a creature died and you pay 1 green, you're getting 8 life. Moving in to our 2-drops, we start getting into our control. Alright, we have Eliminate, Heartless Act, Devouring Tendrils is a fight card. Big Play is a fight card. Well, it's not technically a fight card. It's more of a trick play to get them to fight you by accident. Inscription of Abundance is a fight card. Return to Nature is destroying things. So you have a lot of control in your 2 section. And Deadly Brew, which is a fun addition. Each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, so you force your opponent to sacrifice something, and if you are sacrificing a permanent this way, you have something to sacrifice, you may return another permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. So this is again getting stuff out of the graveyard since you're giving up a lot. Now, we have all these gain life, add lifelink, all these things. So Dina, not sure, Soul Steeper, alright, is a legendary creature for 1 black, 1 green. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. That's, alright, can be very useful. That's similar to, hold on, let me find the 3-drops. The Marauding Blight Priest from Kaldheim, which has the same thing. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. but that's for 3, so a bit harder to get out. And technically, Dinah does have this secondary thing, pay 1 and sacrifice another creature. She gets plus X plus 0 until end of turn, where X is the sacrificed creature's power. That does not get used often. Like, that's for, she's gonna die, so you want to take something out with her, I guess. It's an unusual ability I don't really trigger often. A lot of stuff is spending a lot of time in my graveyard, so the Fiend Artisan is 2 of any combination of black and green, and it's a 1/1 that gets 1/1 for each creature in my graveyard. You can also sacrifice another creature and pay X to get something out of your library with a mana cost of X. Alright. Other important spells here. Infuse with Vitality is an instant when you know your card is about to die. Until the end of turn, this target creature gains Death Touch, and when this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control, and you gain 2 life. So if you have to block something big, you just nowhere to go, you have to block something huge, you throw this out there, so at least you're going to take it with you. Your creature comes back, and you gain 2 life in it. Tend the Pests is, again, creating more of these pests. You sacrifice one of your creatures, and you get X 1/1 pest tokens, where X is that creature's power. So this is often if somebody cast like a murder spell or Heartless Act, anything like that. If your big creature is about to die anyway, you throw out this instant, and instead of just losing it, you get a whole bunch of little pest guys. Witherbloom Command is just a whole bunch of control-y stuff, trying to mill, destroy, get rid of creatures, or just gain life. This was my VIP the past 2 days when I've been testing the deck out again. The Bastion of Remembrance. When it enters the field, you get a 1/1 white human soldier. Okay, whatever. When a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Now, we are generating all of these 1/1 pests. Alright. With things like Tend the Pest and Valentine, and we have all these serrated scorpions that we are intentionally trying to die. We're sacrificing them to one thing or another. Every time that happens, you are gaining 1 life and your opponent is losing 1 life for each copy of this, and at one point I have had up to 3 out at a time. Callous Blood Mage, he costs 3 for a 2/1. I just use him as cannon fodder. I don't care about keeping him around. I just want to get him on the field because he can create a pest, exile your opponent's entire graveyard, or you can pay a life to draw a card. Those are 3 useful abilities in different situations. So I have him in there just for the versatility of his special ability. We already mentioned the Blight Priest. Sedgemoor Witch is the one of 2, I believe, Magecraft creatures I have in here. She's pay 3. She has Ward, so for any opponent ability or spell to target her, they have to pay 3 life. And sometimes they're willing to do that, sometimes they're not. I've had opponents cast a spell, realize they're not willing to pay the life, and just letting the spell fizzle out. It's been fun to watch. But every time I cast or copy an instant or sorcery, I create another one of our little pest buddies. Umbral Juke, you have the option of forcing your opponent to sacrifice or creating a 2/1 Black Inkling with flying. 9 times out of 10, I've gone with the Force the Sacrifice. Then we have Murder, more control. I just put in another copy of Ayara, First of Lochthwain. Whenever she or another black creature enters the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life and I gain 1 life. And remember, all of these pests we're generating are black and green, so they count as black for her ability. So all of these little guys you summon each cause 1 damage and gain you 1 life before they even die. Another legendary creature following her up is Blex, the Vexing Pest. Other pests, bats, insects, snakes, and spiders you control get +1/+1, and when it dies you gain 4 life. That's alright. Usually I'm there to sacrifice him because I just need the life. All of the pests, all the little guys you're summoning get +1/+1, which is a nice advantage. I'm sad in this list of all these things that helps, it does not include Scorpion. It would have been great for my C-rated Scorpions to get an extra +1/+1, but they got totally shafted by Blex. The other side of him is look at top 5 cards of your library. You may put any number of them into your hand and the rest into the graveyard. You lose 3 life for each of the ones you keep in your hand. I've used that, I think, once in a dozen games. It's not a common thing to use. There's another get stuff back from your graveyard, fight card. Pestilent Cauldron, I don't use often. I use the green side sorcery. Return up to 2 creatures, lands, or planeswalkers from your graveyard to your hand. Each player gains 4 life, so you're helping your opponent out, but okay. But then you exile it, so no chance of getting that one back. But it's useful enough, I like it. The Cauldron artifact side, I haven't done so much because I don't want to discard a lot of cards, and I don't want to waste time forcing the opponent to mill. Like, that's not as necessary as getting stuff back from the graveyard. Blood Researcher, my VIP. She is beautiful. Just look at her. 3-drop, Menace, 2/2, and whenever you gain life, put a 1/+1/+1 counter on her. Just the art is fantastic, and she does a great job, alright, of slaughtering everything. Savvy Hunter, this is one I just added. I think I've gotten her out once so far, so I haven't gotten a lot of use. Anytime she attacks or blocks, you get a food token. Now you can pay to sacrifice those tokens to gain life, or you can sacrifice 2 of them to draw a card. Again, I haven't actually been able to use that because she's so new to the deck. Migration Path, getting more land out. Gnarled Professor. I'm keeping him in so I can learn. That's about the only reason. Like, he usually dies fairly quickly. He's got a big target on his head. But you learn, so that's helpful. Binding of the Old Gods, you're destroying, so that's control. You get another land out, which is helpful. And then all of your creatures gain Death Touch, which I don't think I've actually had Binding of the Old Gods out long enough to finish. It usually gets destroyed along the way. This is one I just opened in a pack the other day, and it's quickly growing on me. Culling Ritual. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. So that's all sides of the board, yours and theirs. Anything 2 or less is gone. I use this. This was fun against Scoot Swarm, all of those tokens. No, wait, I didn't actually use it in the Scoot Swarm. I wanted to, but the Scoots died before I got to play this anyway. But it kills tokens, which is what I appreciate it for. And then for each permanent destroyed that way, you get either a black or green mana, and after everything's destroyed, it lets you distribute, I want this much black, this much green. It starts split evenly, and then you're allowed to adjust the balance. So you can pay for, and if there are enough things out of there, the spell may pay for itself, or even give you more mana than you started with. So that's that was fun when I've gotten that to work. Mortality Spear is control, which if you've gained life, alright, what I've done sometimes, instead of paying 4, you cast life goes on for 1, and then Mortality Spear costs 2 less, so you end up paying a total of 3 to gain 4 life and destroy target permanent. Cosmos Elixir, you are either gaining life or drawing cards. Either is fine. Since I'm sacrificing a lot of things, I have a couple Twin Blade Assassins in here. If a creature dies during my turn, I get to draw a card in my end step. Again, I'm letting a lot of things die on purpose, so that's helpful. This is another one that just went in. I have yet to put this on the field, so I don't know how it's going to perform. Excuse me. Witherbloom Pledge Mage, 5/5 for 5. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, you gain 1 life. So I actually prefer the Sedgemoor Witch, which gives you a creature which can give you life, but having this big beefy thing that also just generates free life is not bad. We'll see if it sticks around. And we're finally up at the top here. Back for more. Pay 6. Return a creature from the battlefield, and then it fights a creature you don't control. That second part is key to remember, because I played it the other night, brought back a 2/2, and forgot that the only things on the field were much bigger than 2/2, and so it immediately died. Or the next time I wanted to play it, all my opponent's creatures had Death Touch, so there was no point in playing this card because they would immediately fight something with Death Touch. So that's iffy. And this is a Witherbloom deck. It's great to have Beladros Witherbloom, their legendary Elder Dragon. Okay. 4/4 for 7. He's expensive. Flying, but at the beginning of each upkeep, yours and opponents, you create a 1/1 pest, which we love our pests. You have an option, pay 10 life and untap all your lands. I've only had him on the field once yet. I've not had an opportunity to use that, but him generating all those pests definitely led to a good victory. So, this is Pestilence. It's another big beefy deck, but believe it or not, I've done a lot of workshopping with it, and I think it's come a long way. So we're going to give it a try today. Okay. Prefer to have some green available with this, but we'll have to deal. When we get to some green, we'll be well set. Maybe. Realizing this all requires other creatures on the field to be useful, but that's okay. We'll make it work. That's a very energetic land going in just now. So I'm hoping that this video is a bit easier to follow because I've changed the settings so you can see my cursor. Unfortunately, when I did that, it makes it so any other window that appears will also show up. Like, I can't click away and just have you still seeing the arena window like I would prefer. So I have to get out of the habit of clicking away from it. And if I go too low, like, the taskbar at the bottom pops up into view, which is frustrating, but that's life. guess I could have put the 2+1s on the Dean, but he already has lifelink, so I wanted them both to have lifelink. But now I have a pest to work with as well, if needed. Not sure what my opponent is up to since they seem to just be hanging out. Are they willing to pay that life? They are indeed willing to pay that life. That's okay. Oh, I still need green mana. I could cast spells. Oh, that works. I'm not gonna show my hand yet. Do that as a flash later. Really, just killing one of my creatures is not as much interaction as I was expecting. Perfect. Each player sacrifices a creature. Death touch, haste, and flying. That's scary stuff. I'd do another deadly brew, but I feel like that's too mean. Gonna try to kill the witch again. Kill the witch! Guess what? I'm just gonna get her back again. 2 Vengeful Reapers. Nice. I don't need the pest, I'd rather have the witch back out. Decline. You keep killing her and she keeps coming back.
You got a good head on those shoulders. For now.
Interesting choice.
Let's see how sharp my axe is.
Alright. So we're just gonna build up a bunch of land so we can do everything we want at once. Menace.
I've got better friends in the wilds anyway.
I'm sure you do. Better friends than whatever this player is doing for you. Cosmos Elixir, big fan. I've been using that in several decks lately too. Okay, so you've got a couple death touches. Let's just do a Leyline Invocation, see how they feel about that. I'm at a point where I can almost do the Dean of the Root, so I'm going to wait to decide. Kenny. And a shrine. Was not expecting a shrine in standard here. Don't want to do culling ritual because that will kill all my tokens. Unfortunately. Let's see if she fares any better. Might as well scry because I don't know where to go from here. Come here. I want to learn is what I want to do. Okay. That's a lot of death touch coming out in the field. Can they make me fight? No, they can't make me fight at least. I think I'm going to have to exile a non-permanent. How much are these guys? If I can gain life during my turn, that allows me to use her ability to put a +1/+1 on somebody, which also gives them trample. That would give them reason to want to block that with more than just the death touch. Because there's no point going in with an 8/8 when they have a 1/1 death touch that will finish the job for them. So I don't like Kenny. He's too valuable. You can do too many combos with him. I mean, they can come in, it's just not a good idea. It's at the point where I want them to come in. Thinking. Now let's see what order these all trigger in. I gained a life before she dies. That's okay. I don't like that just now when it brought it back from life, it came back as the Dean of the Vein, even though it was the Dean of the Root when it died. I don't think that's quite fair. Okay. If only I had a lifelink person out, that'd be fun. Good, we get to draw a card, I know. Target permanent. Do I have any permanents? No. Technically I have an enchantment, but no, I'm not about to use that for... Very uncertain where I'm going with this game. Oh, whoops, my bad. I was looking away from the screen for a minute. Didn't realize it was waiting on me. Sorry, I'm not roping you. Promise. I feel like I'm spending the rest of this turn just trying to not use up the rope. Because I can. Like, it doesn't matter at this point. That's a lot of cards each turn. Are you legendary? You are not legendary. Time to learn. Don't need more land. You know what, let's just do Introduction to Prophecy. Try and get something to change up this board. No, I don't need more land. Draw a card and lose a life. Exile their graveyard. They're not really doing graveyard shenanigans. This creature dies. Sure. Still, creature died during my turn. More land. Who you going after? You know what? I wanted that card. Nothing stays dead. Nothing. See, that's more what I'm talking about. Ooh. I'm gonna destroy that enchantment, get my Dean back. Oh my gosh. Ah, okay. Alright, we have a special guest. Hey there, puppy. Hey there. Come here. This is the first time Pollux has come down while I've been recording. Hi. Hello. Yes, you just had your lunch. That's my microphone you're licking. Do all the stuff.
I will defend the land from all interlopers.
Destroy target enchantment. Sure. It doesn't particularly matter.
Will devour intruders.
Oh, I was paying so much attention to Pollux I didn't see the Scoot Swarm. That is okay. Because the copies are 0 mana, so... Or are they? Hold on. If it's a token, that's a copy. Does it have the same mana value?
I must reflect on what I've done.
Fair enough. Okay. So, I'm going to run into combat first. You're all going to die anyway. At least I finally got them to commit to letting a death touch creature die. Now, oh, I killed all the tokens, so don't need to do that. I'm just going to bring out my Twin Blade Assassin so I can draw a card. Oh boy, Pollux is getting whiny. Wants attention. Oh, destroy all creatures. Okay, that is a thing that happened. Guess they just got sick of things as they were. We were at a bit of a stalemate. Hello, you whiny puppy. You whiny puppy. Okay. Come on. Pick up the card. I'm gonna go with the draw card because I need to find more to do here. Yes, blood researcher. That's who I've been waiting for. Love the blood researcher. So, create pest with that. No! I just got it out. Like, I don't think I'm gonna lose yet, but this is just slow going. No blocks this turn. They're gonna draw all the cards. Should have to discard some. They haven't done anything to have no hand limit. Oh, but they do have plenty of mana open to foretell and the like. Apparently they're drawing all the heartless acts. That's okay. Get them out. Get them out of your system. All right. I understand. Wow. Guess they finally got all their control cards. 8 cards in hand. Go ahead and discard. Twin Blade Assassins just keeps coming back. And I don't want you to die immediately, so killed that. Oh, come on. Just got it back. So this allows me to bring back 2 cards for planeswalkers. I feel like I want to bring back Sedgemoor Witch and the Dean of the Root. And they've got to be running out of control. 2 Heartless Acts. I think that's been 2 Poison the Cups. 3 Poisons the Cups. 3 Murders. Oh, that mofo. So we're gonna bring back the Deans and a Gnarled Professor. Oh, I regret this decision immediately. So if I do Calling the Ritual... Oh my gosh, so much control. That'll kill 3. So it'll mostly pay for itself. That's a lot of damage, but it'll have to do. How much do you have left in your library? 25 cards left in your library. I'm at 11 life. That's not where I wanted to be. That is not who I was expecting to see come out, truthfully. What is Helia doing in this deck? Does not match this deck. Minus points for flavor. I say this as somebody who has a Liliana in an Angel's deck, but still, minus points for flavor. Yeah, this is turned against me. But I think this is a great example of me losing a match and still enjoying it, because we've done some fun stuff here. Doesn't particularly matter. So that paid for itself. There's not a whole lot of learning left to do, unfortunately. Cancel. I want to save that because I'll gain life. I want to save that for when I have more mana to use her ability. If I'm going to gain life, I want to use the counters. Yes, I know your little squirrel's getting strong. Man. Who are you doing it on? She's gonna be banished anyway, might as well kill her. I don't know what's left in my deck, but I feel like it's easier to get her out of my graveyard than out from under an enchantment. Can I draw my cards now, please? Another learn. Tend to the past. That would have been good just now. Wish I'd had that instead. Block as much of the damage as possible. Because I am getting a bit low here, to tell the truth. Okay. Yeah. unsure. It's either the counters. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with the counters. And it's a sorcery too, blah. Do I want to attack? I feel like I'm not going to be using it to block anyway. Good game? Why are you saying good game now? Screw you. Oh, that's why. Never mind. Too many freaking gods out there. Alright. What? Just play. You have lethal. You already said good game. Let's get it over with. Alright. That was indeed a good game. Alright. I will admit that was a good game, but I can never take it at face value when another player says good game. It always comes off as sarcastic. Alright, still, I enjoyed that. A lot of fun stuff happened there. Keep getting distracted in between matches and not hitting the record button, so just barely remembered to get it up and running again for this match. Alright. I'm gonna make you mill. Alright. You mill. So let's get started on the do you really want to kill my monsters? I mean, yeah, you can try to mill me out, but I have a few more cards than you. Making Sweet Oblivion escapable is just so mean. Yeah, I assume they're gonna mill me again, and this will go straight into the graveyard where I can exile it to draw a card. So that works for me. That's fine. Her ability is still active. Probably actually could have kept that, now that I think about it. Probably could have actually tried to bring back some creatures with that spell. Oopsie daisies. There's not a lot really, just a couple scorpions and the leech fanatic. Imagine my shock to see Tefari's tutelage show up. I know. Yes, yes. Come on. We'll be seeing the Sweet Oblivion soon. They have enough to do that with their mana next turn. Okay. That's the way this is gonna be. Okay. My turn. This is a chump shot. This is obviously a chump shot. Yeah. Bon appetit. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't mind all this milling if they weren't, you know, milling the cards that get me things from my graveyard. Okay. So I actually like that. 2+1. Before we get any further, let's just get this over with. Milling me, but are you milling me quickly enough? Could really use something other than land. Where was all this land in the last match that I probably cut out of this video, but I got mana screwed on? Yeah, I knew that was coming. Next turn as well, probably. Oh Another Sweet Oblivion. Or not. Take that, Miller. Alright, onward and upward. Let's hope we have a bit more of an interesting round this time. Okay, I'll keep that. I need some green. I'm gonna need, well, really anything to play. These are all based on having creatures. But that's okay. We'll make it work. Come on, opponent. Okay. Next. Black, white, okay. Feels weird for me not playing so much black-white this season. It's just the Silver Quill is not exactly my style. Oh, another thing I don't believe I mentioned is that I messed around with a lot of the recording settings because I wanted you to be able to see my cursor, which means you will have a little bit of extra visible stuff at the side, and if I go down to my taskbar by accident, that shows up at the bottom. But I feel it's much more intuitive in videos for you to be able to see the cursor, and sadly those were the sacrifices I had to make this visible. Black, white, green. They are taking their time. Saved. Come on, there we are. Bit of a lag on the land hitting. I think I'm gonna draw a card. It's a bit early for a culling ritual. Come on. Yeah, I had a feeling something like that was gonna happen, so... so many ways I can bring it back. Unfortunately, I did not get the third swamp needed for that to activate. We're gonna hold off until their turn, see what they do, and then toss out the omen. Oh, hi, Blood Researcher. That was a misplay. Should have played the Blood Researcher, then that land. Now we get a pest out this time, so that we have 2 creatures to block their blood researcher with menace. Or not. Not is also an option. I really just want to get that out. Can't do anything to block this turn anyway, might as well deal damage. Okay, so 4 mana. I think next turn is time for Blex. Yeah, next turn it's time for Blex to come out. Okay. 2 of them. I'm jealous. I'm surprised these are still only 2 2s. Enters a battlefield with 4 task counters on it. Okay, yeah, I remember this one. I have to use up the task counters in order to be able to activate them. See, that's more what I was expecting to happen. Really? Okay. This truly is a bizarre but interesting deck. I am enjoying this. Seeing this deck, they are about to slaughter me. And they get a griffin. Yikes. So, I'm really having trouble here. Oh, need to remember. No attacks. Tap you to remove that one of the counters. Oh good, at least I've done some damage to them. Oh, I need to do a lot more damage now. So I think I'm gonna do Witherbloom Command. Give the speaker -3/-1 to kill him. And then they lose 2, I gain 2. Which will also trigger her if she's still alive. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to sacrifice her, if that's worthwhile. Or, hold on. I know what I need to do here. I know exactly what I need to do here. I need to play the culling ritual. Says yes, please let me block. Culling Ritual will net me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Four black, 3 green. Let's switch that around. Okay. What do I want to do? Gain life. Bring somebody back, because I can. Pestilence. Get a pest out. Oh, am I? Ran out of mana. Okay. Sure, I'm not about to use them to block. Come at me, bro. Oh, I forgot to show my sideboard in the intro. Oh well. I think I'm gonna go for Prophecy, even though I can't afford it at the moment. Sure. Please don't have a spell to give you +1. Please don't have a spell to give you +1. Oh, right, they do have life gain, though. Okay. Could have thought that through a bit more, but okay. So I think the way I want to do this next turn, to eliminate that with as little mana as possible, is I'll pay 1 to give her, no, to give this dude +1/+1 and Death Touch, and then pay to have it fight. So Death Touch. Cast 1. Ready. Fight. No Ooh. Hello there, Mr. Dragon. Okay, I can do this. So... target creature gets -3, -1. Target creature deals equal to its power. And I gain life again. Gotta say, that just now has got to be one of my favorite plays in a long time. That was... I'm proud of that one. Okay, I get to make them sacrifice a creature. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, I'm not about to attack. No, thank you. Oh my gosh. So, okay, 11 to 24. I'm trying to, I don't want to do the math. I'll let it figure out where we end up. So they lose 2, I lose 1. I net gain me. Let me see what else we have coming up. You're just too dangerous. Oh, I don't have enough mana left for that. Okay. What? No. Oh. 1/1 plus 2/2. Okay. Not a fan of having to do this. I just have to hope I can get something else out. Because, yeah, that hurt. This is a fun game, alright? I'm going to take this moment to say this is some great back and forth. Oh, boo. It's a chump shot. Are you going to block the chump shot? That's fine. Who are you going to block? Alright. She's obviously not doing anything. Oh, who do I want to go with here? I'm going to bring out the Dean of the Root. I forgot to talk about her during the intro. Get in. So, her thing, every time you gain life, you can pay 1. And all creatures you control get +1/+1. Oh, they're saying good game. Pay 1. Gave me the good game. I am going to agree. Great game. That was fun. I almost feel like I want to end this video there, end it on a high note. Don't want it to get too long either. So, yeah, I think that'll be the last match for the day. So that was Pestilence, which is, you know, like I said, it's currently my favorite in Standard. I'm having a lot of fun with it. For a long time, I wasn't using a lot of green. I've just been getting back into playing black like last season. I did that a lot with Call Time and what was the one before that? Zendikar. Alright, I was playing a lot of black then as like mono black, mono white angels, and that was about it. And then I switched to the black-white angels, but I haven't been playing a lot of green since probably college when I was playing with physical cards. So getting back into green, I've definitely enjoyed Witherbloom. I like that theme. It has worked very well with me. I think the Magic, the Gathering quizzes that they sent out got it wrong. This is where I should be. This is a better school for me. So that's going to be it for today. I'm going to try and cut this all together and get it out.